Chipuru to invite me here and given the chance to share my war zone experience. I grew up in small area in Sri Lanka, Tamil village. From my age 8, I think it's 83, Black July was very big genocide among the Tamil civilian by the Sri Lankan government. So from my age 8, I was displaced several times, more than 30, 40 times, time to time, place to place, without food, without medicine, with the fear of selling, bombing and aerial attack. I couldn't continue my study because of the displacement and the war. Not only me, there are several people, several students cannot continue their study. Somehow I finished my medical school. I started work in the Eastern Province from the 2006. The final war started at the time. So one of the places, the Eastern Province called Mudur, Sambur and Baharai, there was more than 70,000 population. This LTD control area, Tamil Tigers area. The government did not sending medicine or doctors over there. So people are dying without doctors, without proper treatment. So I went to that area to start my work, even without thinking of my life. Every minute, every time, people are dying because of the government selling and bombing. The hospital also bombing, the target by the government forces. I need to work 24 hours, 7 days, so more than 250 outpatient. Every day, more than 10 casualties, deliveries and serious medical condition. But government always denies to selling or bombing the civilian places. They always telling they bomb the Tamil Tigers, but normally happen they kill the Tamils, the bombing Tamil school, temples and the hospital. So even I try to transfer the serious condition, seriously injured people to the government control area to further treatment. The government always block the road. I cannot send the patient out from my hospital. I cannot get medicine inside to the government hospital, our hospital. Government always block the road. So people are dying from the selling, without medicine, without transfer to the tertiary care. The final period of the war, 2009, January, the government did massive genocide by the three ways. They announced only 80,000 people are living in the war zone, but actually more than 300,000 people were there. Before 2009, all NGOs like Red Cross, UN, UNICEF, Oxfam, our record, everything says more than 300,000 population. But 2009 January government announced only 80,000. The Sri Lankan government planned to kill more than 200,000 civilians, Tamils. At the time, I don't know why, the world was silent. The human rights organization, Red Cross, UN, all of them were silent. So Sri Lankan government, the Sri Lankan forces took advantage of that. They started to kill civilians. The world watched them with the horrible silence. So only people able to talk to media, me and other doctors. When we are talking to the media, explain the civilian population, government threat to us, don't talk to media, you keep talking, we will arrest you and kill you. So we can die any time because the war, we are working in the war zone. People, civilians, children, women, pregnant, everyone dying in the war zone by selling. We can die any time. So we never worried about our life. We try to save our people. Second, they remove all foreigners from the war zone, all medias, all NGO, just before we start the war. So there are no evidence when they are killing the civilians. They call war without witness. Still we are witness, anyhow they call war without witness. They remove all medias, all NGOs, all foreign support organizations. They start to kill. Then finally they announced, without thinking, without discussing anyone, the no-fire zone. The no-fire zone means there is a small village, no proper water supply, no good road, no hospitals, no any adequate facilities. They asked, come to the whole civilian to the small villages. So people went because they announced a no-fire zone. People are scared to stay outside from the no-fire zone because government said it's no-fire zone, other place, not safety. So people went over there, they concentrated, more than 300,000 people concentrated in small area. Soon after that, Sri Lankan government started to use heavy weapon like artillery, multi-barrel, and banded weapon like cluster bomb, phosphorus bomb to kill the civilians. Even single cell, more than 10 people dying always in one cell. So daily, more than 100 people were killed, more than 100 casualties come to the hospital, but it's difficult to come to the hospital because roads always block. We cannot walk here and there, they're selling, and the concentrated population. And the government announced 80,000 people to reduce medical supply and food supply and infrastructure facilities. When we are working in the hospital, we are not receiving any medical item from the Sri Lankan government. They deny blood bags, anesthesia, and main surgical item. In this 21st century, we use shirt, saram, sari, bedsheet instead of cotton and gauze to do the surgery. We did auto blood transfusion, take the patient one blood and transfuse the patient. And we did surgeries with minimum amount of anesthesia. When we are doing surgery, patient is still moving and realize the pain. So after that, we manage our hospital. The patient, we allow some patient to die because we have no anesthesia, no blood bag. One day, one pregnant woman came, nearly 9-month-old pregnant. She got blast injury on the belly. When the bomb piece came out other side, baby's can came out, but mother is still alive. So we have no blood, not enough anesthesia to do the surgery and remove the baby out. We let die the pregnant mother. So husband called that the pregnant lady in the lab, always asking us to do surgery immediately. But at the time, we cannot do. So always watch when we are going here and there to check the other patient, always be waiting at what time she is going to die. So this is a horrible situation the Sri Lankan government made for us. So now if I'm thinking now it's my wife, it's my mother, my child, how we will suffer for that. I saw several nightmares about that, several days. So that's not only one story, there are several stories like that. Then final day, normally there are no food for the people, the children are starving, there is no food for them. Some Tamil organization arranged to some liquid rice, we call kanji. So people are waiting in the long queue, more than 1,000 people waiting in the long queue. The army, Sri Lankan army is around 800 meters away from this line. They can visualize, they can see the people are waiting, the older elderly people, children, women, waiting for the getting some rice water. So at that day, they use heavy weapon, artillery, they fire this line, the queue. Lot of people were killed. I saw their belly will open, the already stomach empty. So I have seen that empty stomach again and again because of the selling. They kill a lot of people over there. So they know there's children, innocent people, elderly people, but normal human being, we are not killing anyone, the innocent people, children, ladies, elderly people. we always respect when they are going here and there, even the bus or everywhere. But Sri Lankan government, even they realize it's innocent for children, elderly, they kill them, kill us. They plan massive genocide against Tamil. Not only this way, they cut education and destroy our property. So more than 300,000 people affected that area. More than 40,000 people were killed within 4 months. A lot of people got amputated. One day, when I checked in the operation room, I saw 7 amputated leg in the dustbin. One day. Always our operation theatre filled nearly 1 inch blood on the floor. There are a lot of debris here and there. So this is daily, 24 hours we have to do operation. Our doctors work nearly 18, 20 hours per day. On final day, May 15, I got blast injury. Soon after the injury, army came to our place and they asked all of our people, me and other doctors, come to the army control area. Then they separate me from my colleagues. So they kept me in the army hospital. My lungs filled with 1 liter of blood. My right arm totally paralyzed, the nerve damage. I expect, because I was the government doctor, they will treat me immediately after that. They sent me with their army vehicle and they kept me unknown destination, the secret camp, without treating me. Following day, they took me in the bus, they blinded my eye, they took me to some place to kill me. Fortunately, the international pressure to the Sri Lankan government is still alive. After 8 days, they kept me in the 8 days without proper treatment. My wound got septic. I'm almost about to die by the septic shock. I think it's telling because even I'm the government doctor, I work for the government, they treat like that me. So how they are treated for innocent Tamils and surrendered LTT classes. So finally they kept me in the 4th floor in the jail. The 4th floor means very torture place in the world. They have one place in Sri Lanka they call 4th floor, the highly torturable place. From that, they have to do surgery immediately for me because my nerves totally damaged. They postponed my surgery for 3 months because when we are in the war zone, we gave a statement to the media. We are dying because of the Sri Lankan government selling no medicine, no food. It's always given a statement to the international community, BBC and Canadian radios. So Sri Lankan government, they don't like that one. They threat to stop to talking to the media. So when they did, they arranged a press conference when we were in the jail. They threatened us to recant our previous statement. Otherwise, they will keep it. All other doctors more than 5 years in the jail. And we fear about our family threat too, family in danger. And for me, they postponed my surgery. So if they don't accept their agree for that, they will never going to do surgery for me. And they may keep more than 5 years in the jail. So we went to the press conference. The Sri Lankan government arranged for that. And the media people, most of the media came from the Sri Lankan support media. They asked some questions. So we can have a statement. Then only they did surgery for me and we were released. Then only I had several problems and threat by the paramilitary group and Sri Lankan military intelligence. Then I felt that Sri Lanka is not good for me, for my personal safety life. Not only for me, several people escaped from Sri Lanka because of personal threat. So I contact the US government, they helped me. Now I'm living in US. So the problem is not started like around 2009, it started more than 40-50 years. But now this war is over. There are some problems still going on over there, the bombing and attack church and places. But our Tamil problem, genocide, is still continue in different way. Now we are expecting. I realized in 2009, the human rights organization, foreign countries, is failed to save Tamil genocide. They failed. Now we are expecting the Canadian government and international community to the international investigation regarding the genocide and war crime. And request the all countries to present to Sri Lanka government to give a good political solution to the Tamils.